Generally what you find in those sorts of films is the use of people who were involved talking about their own their personal experience, or you get archival material, and the use of the archive material re-evokes for the spectator, for the person watching, the events as they remember watching them when they were happening. What I'm thinking about now is the use of reenacting those events, and that seems to be a particularly emotive way to make events come alive and to make people remember them as well. On a very basic level, it's probably not changed them for the better in terms of technical expertise. We've become quite used to films that don't have great sound, for example. However, it's also altered the way in which we think of authenticity in an image. And so now, you feel, for example, the London bombings in 2005, the summer of 2005, people escaping from the bombs were immediately filming them on their mobile phones. You accept that whereas technically they'll be less proficient, that actually also makes them more immediate, more instant, the instant response, the more authentic response. The main challenge is to find different ways of telling a story, of telling a real story. We've had so many different ways that it's quite hard sometimes to think, what can I do that's new? Having said that, there's always something which is new. For example, Waltz with Bashir is an animated documentary, and decades ago you would never have thought you'd make animated documentaries. So it'll always reinvent itself, even if one can't imagine now what one's going to do with it as a form. It's interesting, it's a really interesting question, the idea of how explicit documentary filmmakers are about their political allegiance and their ideology. Much less now. It's also not about impartiality, but it's about being able to show more than one point of view. And the propaganda film is never going to want to give too much airspace to the other point of view unless it's to show it to be bad,